I've got a thing for something. You've got a thing for something. She's got a thing for something. He's got a thing for something. Everybody's got a thing for something. It's just the nature of things. When I was a teenager, I had a thing for little things. If I could get a small version of this nail clipper, that would have been my thing. If I could have gotten hold of a very small biro, like a short, very small biro, I would have definitely bought it. Mugs. When I was a kid, if I could buy a small, tiny little mug, I would have definitely bought it because I had a thing for small things, for small versions of normal sized things. But then people have things for the opposite sex, for specific things involving the opposite sex. You might have, if you're a guy, you might have a thing for blondes, for girls with blonde hair. If you're a girl, you might have a thing for tall guys, or if you're a short guy, you might have a thing for short girls, or if you're a tall girl, you might have a thing for shorter guys, which would be unusual, but that's the nature of things. People have different preferences, different sympathies, different affections, and it all results in people having a thing for something. So, by now, you must have realized that the American expression to have a thing for something means to like something. And typically, this phrase, I've got a thing for her, obviously is used in the context of liking a member of the opposite sex. When you like a girl, or if you're a girl, if you like a guy, if you have a crush on him, it's a very similar thing to have a crush on something, on somebody, to be more specific. But in this video, obviously, we're not looking at that idiom. We're looking at the phrase to have a thing for something. And actually, I like the phrase to have a thing for something a bit better, because to have a crush on something, you can't have a crush on a thing. You can only have a crush on a person, whereas to have a thing for something can be used more generally. It has a much broader meaning to it, that particular phrase, to have a thing for something. So tell me, what have you got the thing for? If you're a guy, have you got a thing for girls with short hair, for instance? Or have you, if you're a girl, have you got a thing for guys with muscular arms? Or maybe if you're a computer geek, maybe you have a thing for everything that's got to do with the Apple company, all the i-devices like iPads, iPods, Mac computers and all that sort of thing. Maybe you've got a thing for that and you're not using Windows-based computers at all. I personally have a thing for everything when speaking in computer terms, and the internet, and the fact that I have a bunch of websites, EnglishHarmony.com, EasyIdioms.com, AccentRange.com, BestEnglishFiction.com. I got a thing for sleek, crisp, and shiny and glossy design. I like when I order my web design done, I order it actually on a website called Fiverr.com, and you would be amazed what you would get there for a very reasonable price, right? And I love when the person who does the web design for me finishes it off in that sleek, crisp and shiny and glossy finish, you know what I mean? I love it, and I've got a thing for that. Other people have different preferences. So tell me, what have you got a thing for? Post it in the comments below. And this, by the way, was the 11th American phrase in my 50 American phrase acquisition mission. And today's day number 6, to be more specific. And I'm going well. Yesterday I went to a party, by the way, came back home, obviously, because I don't drink, and I drove my family home. Got up quite early this morning, went for a run, took a shower, had my breakfast, and now I'm ready to roll again. I'm recording this video, and then I'll be doing everything that my English Harmony business requires, you know, customer support, responding to emails, content creation, and all that sort of thing, because in a weird, twisted way, I've got a thing for it. I love being in the midst of action. I love taking action. I love doing all these things, and it's something I've got a thing for. So, thanks for watching this video, and this is the 11th phrase that got added on to my active vocabulary. I've got a thing for something. So, thanks for staying with me, thanks for watching this video, and see you tonight on my AccentRange.com video, where I'm going to be publishing yet another one of these phrases, only I'll be speaking with the American accent. When I speak now, I do sound like an American as well, but then in those videos I would be making an even bigger effort to sound like an American. Alright, thanks guys, and see you again. Bye bye.